Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy OmegaXVI, and as of late, I think you guys have noticed that my content's changed from COD to Destiny and other looter shooters. I just wanted to take some time and explain why that is, and let's get right into it. So, just a bit of background information. I've been playing COD since I was young, starting with World at War and games in the looter shooter genre since Borderlands 1. Throughout the years, they've brought me a lot of good times, but as a content creator and gamer, games like Destiny, Warfare, and Borderlands have brought me a lot less stress and way more enjoyment in my time as a content creator. There are three main reasons of why I switched from COD to these sorts of games, and they are a quantifiable grind, the community surrounding the games, and the enjoyment and stress levels associated with making content for it. I'll be getting into each one of those in a little bit. So first up, we have the quantifiable grind. With COD, the grind is a very simple loop. It's hunting for clips, winning Warzone matches if you're into the Battle Royale setting, and a camel grind. And if you're playing zombies, Easter eggs, and high rounds. But the payoff for each of those isn't really worth it in my opinion. Out of the last two games, I only got Dark Aether and DM Ultra in Cold War for grinding out camos, and Modern Warfare I didn't really care about Damascus, and in Vanguard I definitely don't care about whatever it is. Zombies was the only thing I enjoyed grinding out throughout the last three games in the franchise, and the payoff was purely cosmetic. There was no like actual gameplay advantage for getting a camo. It just was kind of a status thing more than anything. But with looter shooters, the payout is like actually tangible. It's more, I've grinded for this piece of armor or weapon. It has changed my gameplay in its entirety, or basically essentially helped me build my perfect build for a character for whatever I'm doing, whether it's endgame content, PvP, competitive, casual. It doesn't really matter, but the actual grind has a tangible and actual effect on your gameplay. Unlike games like COD, Fortnite, and all that kind of jazz. So I kind of just found that to be a lot more rewarding, and the actual investment of my time felt like there was something of actual use being produced. So when I talk about community, it's both in-game and out of the game. And COD, both in and out, just as toxic. It's whether what loadout you're running or in-game they're running really lame loadouts that make you just not want to play the game anymore. I'll log on to COD, boot up a match, I get hit with incendiary rounds and a riot shield on a shotgun, and I'm not dealing with it. I just don't want to play anymore. When I go into Destiny PvP, yeah, people are running shotguns, but the difference is like you earned it, and there's no like damage over time mechanic from shotguns anyways. But it always feels like at least you earned this, at least you grinded for this, and like you put hours into looking for a good role. But aside from that, the only time I found COD's community to be somewhat non-toxic is in the zombies community, because people genuinely, it's a more chill setting. You're not fighting against other people, you're working together, and that's one of the things Destiny is great for, because PvP is not their main content focus. There's a lot of PvE activities, raids, nightfalls, strikes, gambit, kind of everything under the sun, and they're really keen on helping new players go flawless and competitive to get, you know, that sweet trials rewards, or helping new people through raids, and there's a lot of raids, carrying people through nightfalls. It's generally a lot easier and a better time to find non-toxic people, not to say that there aren't. And that's why once I switched to the Destiny community, I found a lot more respect being given to me, and for the fact of a lot of people were willing to help, because I was out of the PvE content for a while, and I didn't have anyone to play with, and I found a bunch of great people who are now in my Discord, and it's been phenomenal. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was the enjoyment and stress levels. COD has always been a part of my content creation from the beginning. It was one of the first things I started streaming. But with that, I always had a very toxic mindset, which was one of the worst things it's done to me and my content in its entirety. So that toxic mindset was, I have to hunt for clips. So the process was I would sit in front of my Xbox when I started, or my computer, for mind-numbing amounts of hours, failing to hit anything that was worthwhile, getting really frustrated at myself, and then repeating the process until I got something. And that was both draining physically and mentally. But once I switched to Destiny, it became a lot more organic because I didn't have to focus on that. Because yeah, I'm a very PvP focused player, but I could always switch to PvE, and COD had that to an extent if you played zombies, but even then it was just repetitive. But with Destiny, I had a lot of options outside of PvP, and even within PvP itself, I have comp, like weekly comp, regular comp that I can just play, but it's not mandatory, and a lot of casual. And then there's the Iron Banner, which is just a whole different thing altogether. But I had options, and the clips just kind of came because of the pacing and how the mechanics of Destiny work. And I'd be talking to chat when I'm playing Trials of Osiris, and then bang, I just wiped their whole team and I didn't even notice. And I'm like, oh, clip that. And if I started getting tilted, I would just switch off to something else. And that's something I didn't really have with COD. So that was kind of the final thing that sent me over to the switch of playing Destiny over COD and playing the Borderlands over COD and Warframe, because it was always, I had something else to do other than PvP, and that was just kind of the tipping point. That about sums it up, and I appreciate it if you made it to the end of the video. And there is more content on the horizon, both Destiny and other looter shooters, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.